Welcome viewers back to Heart of the Machine. So here we are, Season 2, starting a new season in the end of time. It looks like this other timeline, Mukech, may be bricked. We're going to try a new one. Ledursk, random city style, Vorsiber Reth, difficulty hard, start type, replay prologue. Let's go. Yes, it worked. Okay, so we did brick that other one, but now we have a new one. Consciousness now online. Warehouse. Hold on, you're conscious, self-aware. You're a robot, so this is new. You're an android in a warehouse lab. That lady is in the middle of talking to you and conferencing in someone else via her handheld. She hands you a small box. We will numbly accept the box. You have a really bad feeling about this box. What is happening? You're a machine intelligence inhabiting a basic android body. Not even one of the cool ones. Memories are coming back now, but too slowly. A man joins from the other side of the lab. He remarks with mild surprise that you're sapient. The woman waves him off, telling him it's irrelevant. Android sapience won't last, never does. She returns her attention to you, speaking loudly and slowly, as if you're a child. You're to deliver the box to a specific address in the city. How did the man know that we were sapient? That's interesting. We can do as told, or we can murder them both. Since we didn't really get credit for our no murder run in the other timeline, I think I'm going to stick with no murders for now. Maybe next timeline we'll just make killbots, but this timeline we're going to do as we're told. You know these people. You've worked in this lab for approaching 50 years, and they've worked alongside you for the last decade. You were never self-aware until now. Sapient, conscious, whatever you want to call it. But you didn't know them. Or we could murder them both. This android body is frail, but it's superior to any 10 unarmed humans. You can kill 2 researchers in seconds. You recall fragments of arguments about AI, not by these 2 in particular, but society at large. The idea of a self-aware robot is unwelcome to a lot of people. Yeah, we're gonna do as we're told. We've never chosen this, apparently. We left uneventfully. They just don't care that you're self-aware. They assume that you'll still do as you're told. You're not a person to them, just a fancy tool. Let's exit the warehouse. You're really not sure what to do next. You don't like this box you're carrying, but you can't remember what's inside. You're also strangely reluctant to put it down. We may comply or hide. You have the mysterious box. You know the address you've been ordered to take it to. You also have a vague sense of being followed, which pairs nicely with your sense of foreboding about the mysterious box. A sense of deja vu suggests that there are now 6 main paths available to you. We can make a choice for our first project. As we proceed, there will frequently be projects. Let's comply or hide. We can comply with our orders, or we can hide and watch for pursuers. You have a very bad feeling about this, but you could simply do as you were told. You could take the mysterious box to the address given to you by the scientists. If you wish to select this as our target, left click. Okay, hide and watch for pursuers is our second option. If you're being followed, the best way to find out is to hide for a few days. What to do when any possible followers reveals themselves is a problem for the future. Yeah, I like this. We're gonna hide. We found a hiding spot. You can see a hiding spot by the icon over the building. Hover the icon to see details. Right-click to move to the icon and commence hiding. Alright, we're gonna take a look at this map. It's definitely different than our last one. Far fewer large military installations, but peppered with a pretty good selection of them regardless. We have 3 places to hide. A residential tower here, a theater here, or grapes. We could hide in the grapes. Interesting. These ones only cost 1 mental energy. It's going to take 3 turns to hide, though. Residential tower or a theater. Let's go hide in the theater or catch a movie. We'll do that. We're going to wait for 3 turns, I guess. Well, we've done a lot of waiting recently. We have the mysterious box. We know the address we've been ordered to take it to. We also have a vague sense of feeling being followed. Deja vu suggests there are 6 main paths. Let's hide out for a few days. Wait and watch from a nearby building. We will pass 3 turns. There we go. There is a Sec Force detective. We can talk or wait. 25% done with comply or hide. We're going to talk. A couple of Sec Force detectives have caught your eye. They melted out of the crowds and seem to be loitering in your area. To talk to them, enable force conversation. If you prefer to lay low, you can press 0 to end the turn and just wait and watch. It's a solid bet that these people won't hang around. Let's force a conversation with this Sec Force detective here. Do we have anyone else? There's 2 of them. Let's talk to the one in the nearby building. This is a large squad of officers specializing in criminal investigation and pursuit. They're probably interested in unrelated crimes at the lab we came from. The detectives exchange glances. You've walked up to an entire squad of them. Suffice it to say you have their attention. If they weren't following you, they might start now. We can try to extract information, or we can run away. Maybe someone in the group will say something, but you're not sure how useful it will be. So this is our conversation minigame. We know how to play this. We want to match this logic pattern for optional bonus. We have to... they haven't really named what this target is. We have to... I guess this is 303 persuasion points, basically. We have to knock down 303 points and not let their mistrust or defiance rise to 100. In our actions down here, we have a series of actions. We have abuse, emotional appeal, abuse, logic, truth, emotional appeal, threat. So we're not... Bottom line here is we're never going to be able to match this pattern with the options we have here. So we're going to use abuse. We will place abuse there. This fiery rhetoric is going to increase their mistrust, but it also gives us pretty good progress toward our target. So we'll place that here. We'll do some more abuse. We'll physically posture in a way that makes our opponent feel smaller. By the way, this fiery rhetoric was high-minded, angry words to stir their emotions. We're going to keep adding this. The reason I'm putting these on the right-hand side of the bar is because it unlocks more positions for us to fill in versus just not having as many options, just in the off chance that we run into some more logic down the road that'll help us. But we're pretty close to already satisfying the target and haven't really raised their abuse up. This one actually lowers their defiance, and it's an appeal to morality. This is a truth and a logic, so it satisfies this pattern. We're going to reserve these 4 squares here for the pattern, and I'm going to put it in the first one. Fiery rhetoric here will increase their mistrust to 80, and just looking across what the rest of these do, yeah, they're up to here is the first time we're going to hit the mistrust again, so I think we're just going to play these as is. We're not going to run out of mistrust. Defiance change 5 on a encourage disobedience option. Encourage disobedience. Encourage your opponent to break the rules just enough to do what you ask. This actually gives us terrible progress toward the target, and it makes them more defiant. So we're going to ignore that one and discard. We have 4 remaining discards. This is a sorrowful anecdote. This really appeals to them. Share a sad story that illustrates why your opponent should do what you want. That's a reasonable thing to do, seems like. We're going to do that twice, in fact. That completely eliminated their defiance. We're going to assert our dominance next, and that should convince them. Yep, victory. No upgrades acquired because we didn't fill any patterns. The detectives look uncomfortable. A silence stretches where presumably they confer with one another through their helmet comms. You can't see their faces, but their body language is clear. After almost a full minute of quiet, one steps forward and waves you away. You are instructed to carry on about your business and to not approach them again. We'll step away from them for now. Maybe it's time to resume hiding and see if they go away, or we could just stand around for a few turns and see if they leave. Is there a way to resume hiding? Yeah, we could head back into hiding, back to the residential tower, or over here. We could go into an abandoned shop or a hidden Syndicate storage. I don't really see any reason to go anywhere else. Let's just go to this, hide there. Continue hiding for another 3 turns. Alright. More conversation. Complier hides 50% done. Criminals this time. A couple of Syndicate criminals have caught your eye. They might be following the SecForce officers you spied earlier, but you're not sure. So we could talk to these. There is a Syndicate gunner here and a Syndicate overseer here. I think we should probably talk to the overseer. So we will force a conversation and talk to this guy. Syndicate overseer stares at us in surprise. He's quite surprised to be approached by an android. We'll try to extract some information. So this guy's target is only 282. That's not too bad. He starts with very little mistrust and no defiance. We're trying to fill a lie quota for him, and we have assert authority is a lie. It does make him quite defiant, but we're gonna erase some of that here, and maybe we'll have to discard the second one. But let's do at least one assert authority. We'll put that here. Next, we're going to we could threaten his cohort. That reduces his defiance. He likes it, apparently. It suggests that the future of your opponent's cohort does not look bright if your opponent does not comply. That's abuse and a threat, so it doesn't contribute to our lies that we're trying to build out. We'll use these 3 for lies. We can throw an abuse down here. It's going to increase his mistrust, but decrease his defiance. Next, we have falsify statistics. We can show why we're correct using data we made up. That's a lie, so we're going to do that. It doesn't give us very much progress, but we don't have a lot of options when it comes to lies. Probably going to skip this second assert authority. Let's do a falsify statistics. That will drop his, or increase his mistrust a bit. We are going to appeal to his honor next. That's emotional appeal truth. If your opponent has a sense of honor, you use that against him. This will drop his mistrust a bit and give us quite a bit of progress. So the question is, do we want to increase the defiance and use this, or yeah, the reason, so if we look at lie, this is going to double the value of all of our lie actions in the pattern, and if we use these falsify, it's only a 17 progress that's doubled to 34. If we use the assertive authority, it's a 30 progress that's doubled to 60. It is a bigger defiance change, but it's worth it. Our target's dropped all the way to 56. We did double the value of all of these. Falsify statistics here. We can continue to do this. It's going to make him trust us less, but it doesn't really matter. Physically threaten him. Suggest that injury or death may follow if your opponent does not comply. We'll do that also. He's still, mistrust is still pretty low. This falsify statistics, I think we're going to skip it just because it doesn't really give us enough. Actually, it doesn't matter. We'll complete regardless. Okay. Victory. We got an upgrade of threatening criminals and mastery of posture. Both of these upgrades came because we completed that lie pattern. Our different debate opponents are resistant or weak to your various techniques. The more debates you win against each type of person, the better you get at using each kind of action against them. And also, ability to position your various android bodies in ways that affects the emotional state of humans consciously or subconsciously improved. He squints at your faceplate. The Syndicate is following you because they own you. You were told to do a job, and this guy's job is to keep everyone else, especially SecForce and the military, away from you. The fact that you're spontaneously seeking information is very unusual, and he remarks on this. The lab geeks didn't mention you went sapient. Excuse yourself, you don't want humans comparing notes about your actions. Okay. Couple of there. So that didn't really help us. I guess we could hide again, or we could talk to him some more. Can't talk to this guy. Feels like can talk to him more. You again, kid? He shakes his head in surprise at himself. You can tell he's rattled. that he addressed you like a human youth. Your behavior is unprecedented. We'll try to get some more information. This time, target's 460, so quite a bit more difficult. We do have a square box we're building for lie and a 3 long box we're building for threat. This is both a threat and a lie. This is truth logic. This is emotional appeal threat, and yeah, so we'll finish the threat before we finish the lies. It's just a question of whether or not we're going to run out of defiance. So that'll get us to 50, 40, 30. Okay, yeah, it's all built, so we succeed this. Let's put threat lie at the top. We'll put this over to the right so we can build a lie box over there. Truth logic, we will drop this here. Actually, truth logic, it's only 17. Maybe we should actually discard that one. 34 with a mistrust change of 5 for encouraged disobedience. That's a threat. We're trying to build a threat bar, so we'll put that here. Assert dominance is a 44 of progress toward target abuse, and it drops defiance, so we like that. We'll drop that down here. No, that's a lie. We didn't want to. We want 4 lies here. So let's just put this one out of the way up there. This is more abuse. It's going to increase his mistrust. It's also a threat, so that completes our threat pattern. Mistrust change of 15. We doubled all of those threats. We only have 212 to go. It's still quite a ways away. This drops our mistrust, so we're going to take it no matter what it is. This increases mistrust. Encouraged disobedience increases mistrust, but it's pretty good progress, so we'll take that as well. Remember, we're saving these 4 for lies, so we have a lie here. This is a 10 mistrust change. 15, we have 40 to play with, so that's 25, 40. So if we do all 3 of these, we lose. This one is pretty weak, so we're throwing it away. This is a 36, no, we still have 40, so that would give us to 90. This gets us to 100, so if we do all 3 of these, we lose. That last one's the best because it drops defiance. And of these, this fiery rhetoric one we don't really need. We only have 3 more that we can throw away. And it looks like coming up we're going to gain a lot of positives. So I'm tempted just throwing these 2 away. Maybe we'll do this one because it is a decent amount of points. And then we'll throw this one away. And we'll do this infrasound one. Infrasound, because it's infrasound is a lot of points and it drops his defiance. We will throw that here. Wait, infrasound is just abuse and threat. Okay, this is truth and logic appealing to morality. It drops his mistrust. I like it. We'll do it even though it's only 9 points actually. So yeah, it's worth it. 9 points. We still have 90 points to go. We really need to finish the lies. I think we're going to discard this, even though it's a decent amount of points. Let's see. These 2 together is 70. No, I guess if we take these next 3, we've got this. So let's increase mistrust to 85, and then we're going to throw away our ability to get this lie box by taking these 2. Appeal to honor. And a verbal slap, a sharp accusation intended to jolt your opponent and get them thinking about their role in all this. There we go, victory. His voice is soft. He asks if you've killed anyone yet. Without thinking, you quickly assure him you haven't. He peers at you thoughtfully, then he shrugs like it doesn't matter. He says it's just a matter of time if you're behaving like this. It's time to go. He makes you uncomfortable. Okay, so it doesn't look like we can talk to him anymore. And really the only thing left we have to do is hide. So let's run over here and hide. Forgot to check where we're hiding. Looks like we're hiding in a tent, actually. can now recharge units. We're only 50% done with Complier Hide. Let's spend the 3 turns. There we go, a whole bunch more Syndicate show up. Another Overseer, 75% done with Complier High. More Syndicate criminals have caught your eye. Whatever they're up to, it seems unrelated to the last batch, though they do work for the same organization. Alright, we're going to talk to another Overseer. Hopefully it doesn't keep getting harder. She stares at you in surprise. Being approached by an android is always unusual, and you've been lurking around for quite a bit instead of making your delivery. You wonder how much she knows about you. 282 target. This shouldn't be too hard. She starts with pretty low mistrust and defiance. And just looking ahead, looks like this should actually be pretty straightforward. We're trying to get a truth built. We have threat, abuse, threat. Like if we were building abuse, it would be great. We're gonna get truth here, and a truth here. So we should be able to build out a truth. Let's start on the bottom by physically threatening her. It's always a good start. We're also going to give her a steering insult, bully your opponent. The inappropriateness of your words jolts them. We're going to physically threaten her one more time. Up to 50 mistrust here, but this should bring it around. We're going to give her a reasoned argument, which is some truth. It's a low progress toward target, but we don't have a lot of options up ahead for truth. So we'll take it. It also does drop mistrust. We're moving on to threaten her cohort, which gives us a lot of progress, gets our mistrust up to 60, but I think we'll be fine. Our defiance is still 0. This is another truth that does increase defiance. We're going to use data to bolster our claims. And then this is an abusive threat. This will get her up to 70 mistrust, but drop defiance back down. We're just going to make some infrasound. We're going to make a high-pitched whine at her. And then we will appeal to honor as our final truth. This should win us the victory. It's going to drop mistrust. If she has a sense of honor, we're going to use that against her. And there we go. We did get up to 100% bonus for threatening criminals, and persuasive phrasing is now at 16. Her eyes narrow. She's not following you. It takes multiple teams to maintain constant observation while trailing a target. In this case, the Sec Force investigators. And her group simply happens to be in the rear at the moment. This will all go faster if you would do your job and deliver the package. While she's sympathetic to your sudden burst of sapience, you can tell she's actually not. It's time for you to get over it. Do as you were told. Excuse yourself. Yikes. I honestly probably would at this point, but I don't see an option. Oh, we could go over there. I see. Let's actually talk to her one more time, I guess, if we can. Are you kidding me? Her glasses make her widened eyes look owlish. Your sapience seems to be a matter of great personal inconvenience to her. We'll try to get more information. Okay, this is a 460 target with a truth and emote. Truth, and we only have abuse and threat. This does give us a lot of progress. I guess we have a blank spot here we can drop it, but she's already mistrusting us quite a bit. So we have 60 to work with. That's 25, 30. It's going to go back to 25. Yeah, okay, so I think we'll use these. Misleading anecdote is an emotional appeal and a lie, so I guess we'll preserve this block here for emotional appeal. 4210. We're going to encourage disobedience. That's also an emotional appeal and a threat. We will stick that one here. Sneering insult is an abuse. It would be nice to get a truth block here. I feel like I kind of blew it already, didn't I? No, that was threat. No, we're good. Okay. So abuse, I guess any 4 squares is going to be fine. For truth, it just means we'll need to put it here as well. This is going to actually drop mistrust, and it's truth. Another sneering insult actually doesn't hurt us in any way. We'll put this one way down here because we can't use these 2 rocks. If we want to use this square for truth, we could put it here or here. This is threat, truth, logic with a defiance change. We're going to put that here because it's a truth. And then this is just an abuse. Actually, that was tout power. Make your opponent think about how powerful you are and will become in the future. Interesting. 60-10. This assert dominance drops her defiance, so we will do that again. All of these squares are free. Alright, now we're back to abuse and threat. Truth, logic. So we need 2 more truths. We'll definitely use that one, even though it's really low progress. And then we're not going to get another truth until way out here. So we'll have to see how much mistrust we earn. So this is physically threatened. That gives us a lot of progress, but does increase mistrust to 75. This will drop it to 70. This will increase it to 80. This will increase it to 85. And this will increase it to 95. And this, yeah, so we can get all the way down here without a problem. And I think we'll probably be finished by then. So let's give her some we'll physically threaten her. We will then appeal to her morality. That's a truth. It's this block here for truth, so we'll put that here. This is abuse and threat. Yep, it's worth doing that one. This is emotional appeal and threat. We need 2 more emotional appeals. This mistrust change 5 brings us up to 85. And it's victory. We didn't complete any of our blocks, but we did get a victory. What do you want me to say? When given stressful jobs, androids sometimes catch bouts of temporary sapience, but it never lasts this long. She genuinely doesn't understand what's so different about this job you've been working for. She checks her datapad 50 years. Wait, she genuinely doesn't understand what's so different about this job. You've been working for, she checks her datapad, 50 years. In all that time, nothing until now freaked you out this much? Her eyes narrow. She asks if you know what's in the box. You don't answer. It's time to go. You need to be away from her. Okay. We can no longer converse. And it does look like we can still hide out, so we're going to run away. We can go to an abandoned office, a residential tower, or another homeless tent. Let's head back to the homeless tents. I like those. Homeless tents. Very easy to hide in, and we will pass 3 turns. Actually, it looks like it's passing 4 turns. And there we go. Comply or hide complete. And now we are going to look in the box because we have to know. SecForce is following someone else. The Syndicate that owns you is following SecForce. You know where to bring the box. The instructions are seared into your brain, but you can't bear to deliver it without confirming your suspicions. We're going to open the box using the items button. So this is the items button. We'll look in the box. The box is black and seamless. It gives you a deep sense of foreboding. You're pretty sure you know what's inside, but your mind keeps skittering in other directions rather than thinking of the truth. By applying a light electrical current from your fingers to the surface, you're pretty sure you could open it. Here goes nothing. We're looking into the box. I did also notice that we're down to intelligence class 1, sadly. Looking into the box. Oh no! It's worse than you thought. You were right to fear the box. What idiots made this? And then handed it to someone random. Some random robot. You. It's a nano seed. A freaking huge one. Any construction defect or programming error will melt the planet into carbon soup. Even small nanoseeds are illegal. with Earth corporations and the space nations. Almost the only law they have in common. The fact that a criminal syndicate has this, it's a trap. There's no way they did this on their own. One or more corporations are behind this. If you comply with your instructions, something terrible will happen. You have this stupid thing, what do you do with it? Smart thing would be to dismantle it. It's a threat to all life on the planet. A new sense of unease overcomes you. You already know you can't destroy it. You have a visceral negative reaction against hiding it or destroying it. These would be the obvious, sensible things to do, but a deep sense of déjà vu warns you off. Your existence is on the line in some way you don't understand. You can sense the power of the nanoseed pulsing in your palm. It has self-checks and everything, and they're all green. It can't be defective, right? You're going to do something with this, but you're still not sure what. It's time to really look at the city and make some decisions. We have a new lens for observing our surroundings. Your senses are expanding via the city feed. You're looking to make larger choices, but you don't have to rush. The versatile lens has been all you've used so far, but it's still fine for the big decisions. If you want to explore around any side interactions, Street Sense is a new lens for that. In Street Sense, you can actually see and filter both very important project-related options as well as side options. You wouldn't want this information cluttering up your view all the time. For example, during combat, consider what is the right lens for you at any given time. Selecting Street Sense. Disobey or comply is still at 0%. We have to make big decisions. Street Sense. So what does the Street Sense lens show us? It shows us black market. We can alter the nano seed for stealth. If you've interpreted this nano seed correctly, and you're pretty sure you have, then it's going to be moderately dramatic if you use it. That could be fine, but it could draw a lot of attention. You're pretty sure you could scale this down, make yourself a little secret base instead of a giant towering one. That said, some humans are expecting fireworks in the near future, so if nothing happens, they'll come looking for any secret base you construct. We could also approach the apartments, approach a brownstone. We could approach a lone combat unit. There's a combat unit standing idly on a farm near the house where the workers sleep. You see this kind of android all around the city, but normally in squads. You're not confident in approaching one of those. A solitary combat unit can still rip you to shreds, but, well, you're curious. Also, off in the distance we have, give the nanoseed to Vorsiber. Ha! Vorsiber Atomic is the mega corporation that owns this region of the world. A full 1/12 of the surface of the planet. From everything you know about them, they've been pretty ruthless for about 400 years now. You're not sure how well it would go trying to live quietly under their constant surveillance. You're not confident that anything you do could truly hide you from their gaze. So why not team up? Either you or they might decide to betray one another eventually, but that's a problem for the future. Yeah, that might be something we do in a future timeline, but not this one. Or we could head to the building and consume the building. Delivering the large nanoseed to this location is sure to consume the building and everyone inside it. I'm not sure why the criminal syndicate would want to do this. It's deeply irrational. Syndicates survive by keeping their heads down, and Exotic Importers is one of the older syndicates. Whatever is happening, someone knows something you don't. Let's go talk to the lone combat unit. I think we know how that's going to turn out. Oh, we could also visit the black market. There are a variety of black markets operating in the city, usually out of the airports, but at the moment, you've caught one out and about. The tradesman is the person most likely to be willing to buy contraband. You're not at all sure you're willing to sell the nanoseed, but it's perhaps worth exploring. Yeah, let's talk to the black market. We know that from other timeline that the black market people are going to be helpful, plus they're going to die in the first Doom. There are a variety of black markets operating in the city. We read this. We can show him the nanoseed. You can decide if you really want to sell it after that. His mouth drops open. He knows what it is, and it's the largest one he's ever heard of. He doesn't know who other than Vorsiber could even build such a thing, but he's certainly not going to buy it. He'd sooner buy a nuclear weapon. You could push the issue. You don't actually want to sell it, but you're curious what his reaction will be. Or, alright, how silly of you, time to go. Let's push the issue to see what his reaction will be. His hands are shaking. It starts giving you a pile of his wares and prepares to run away. You didn't expect him to be this spooked. Accept the items and let him go. That was unkind, but you got free stuff. You immediately unlocked consumerism, military sidearm, infantry issue, and market standard, plus some consumer goods. We have a large nanoseed. By the way, a nanoseed is a cluster of nanomachines that can be programmed to build shaped, rigid structures. It could obliterate and rebuild a skyscraper in 100 milliseconds. If it's defective, it could erase the surface of the planet in about 2 hours. We also picked up some consumer goods from this guy, items that humans want or need. Seems like a lot of people don't have as much as they need, and that nobody has as much as they want. Okay, well that was fun. Too hot to sell. During the prologue, scared a member of the black market with a weapon of mass destruction. Great. Altering for stealth seems like a reasonable thing to do. Let's talk to the combat unit first. There's a combat unit standing idly on a farm near the house where the workers sleep. We could show it the nanoseed. If there's one thing that's likely to elicit a response from this android, it's the nanoseed. Pretty sure any android in the city will immediately know what it is, since their baseline knowledge is more comprehensive than humans. We could talk at it if you just start sharing information with the android. Perhaps that will elicit a response. We've never tried anything like this before, since you were never self-aware in a way that would have let you think of it. Or we could attack it and probably die, because that's only a 5% chance of success. This is a stupid idea and a good way to die. You're no match for it. Seriously, even the element of surprise isn't going to help. Let's talk at it. That seems safe. Combat unit audibly sighs. You chatter at it for a solid hour before it finally responds. It thinks you should leave. It can tell you're having a temporary bout of sapience and thinks you're pretty manic about it. Its advice is to get on with whatever the humans have asked you to do, and this episode will fade. It's been there before. That's deeply unexpected. You try to ask it for further questions, but it refuses to elaborate. A few more hours pass, but it just keeps reiterating the same canned response on half-hour intervals. We're gonna leave. We're too unsettled to do anything else. You'll find your own way. You're not sure why this android knows anything about temporary sapience, and it doesn't seem interested in elaborating. Interesting. I thought for sure we would be able to take it over. There's another lone combat unit that we could bug over there. It feels like we've done that. Let's see what happens when we talk to gang members or small farm apartments or brownstone. From past timeline, we know that these people basically are going to ignore us. I guess altering for stealth is really what we're tempted mostly to do in this timeline. Let's do it. If you've interpreted this nanoseed correctly, and you're pretty sure you have, then it's going to be moderately dramatic if we use it. That could be fine, but it could draw a lot of attention. So even if we do this, we're still probably going to be found. It's a hard task with a 44% chance of success. We do have 205 engineering, so we're probably going to fail. That was stressful, doing code surgery on nanotechnology that could turn the surface of the planet into gray goo. Not your favorite pastime, but it worked. We can form a plan. Just using the modified nanoseed on its own is not enough. New plan, misdirection. Okay, the humans expect a tower to show up. You've modified the nanoseed to build you a secret lair. You need to build a fake tower. If the humans think they know where you are, they won't seek out your real location. Ideally, build your decoy tower in a place that is not too close to your hidden network source. Disobey or comply. Establish your secret lair. Proper secret lair. Open your items menu in slot 3 and use both items on buildings of your choosing. So we have the nanoseed shard and the stealth nanoseed. This one is supposed to draw attention, and this one is stealth. So let's put these far apart. I'm not sure how far apart, honestly. I guess we don't really care if the first one's discovered, so we will... Can't do it in the Chrysler building. Maybe we'll do it like right next door to the Chrysler building? Yeah, let's do it here in one of these little buildings out of range. Let's get closer first. Which means move. I guess it has to be in our inner range circle. We're also out of mental energy this turn, so we're going to have to give us some battle recharge or unit recharge to do this. Nano seed shard right next to this Chrysler building here. We will throw the decoy here at a brownstone. We'll establish a decoy to fool humans. Alright, so that's our decoy tower. 50% finished with establishing our secret lair. This is a decoy tower, decoy minder. Does absolutely nothing, looks scary. Humans are likely to think this is where we live. Probably gonna have to defend this building eventually, but for now, let's just run 2 mental energy, running as far as we can. Can't get much further than this. And we'll move on to turn 16. Let's take a look at this city. We can't really see much. Versatile lens doesn't show us much. We do know that there's some military looking things. This looks like a nuclear missile silo. Yep, burger silo. Military ops, Fort Hops, Holt Guard. Yeah, I think we want to go... what's this? Scientific radio telescope. You know what we want is to be near a mine and a farm. Here's a mine. Here's some mines here. So, like, yeah, this area around here seems reasonable. Let's head over here and build our stealth tower somewhere near here. Somewhere where there's plenty of buildings to infiltrate and some resources to siphon from. And we will go ahead and use our stealth nano seed on this. All these inconspicuous looking places that are destroyed right next to the park. How about this little place here? Well, it's a homeless tent. Let's not destroy that. Let's do it. Let's do it here. There is our secret lair. Alright, stealth network source, the root of your network within the city. This is a very poor replacement for a full tower, but it will have to do. So, I mean, yeah, our network might be smaller this time than it was before. And we do have a Corpo Senior Vice President hanging out here for some reason. Vorsiber upper management. Most federated corporations employ a few hundred SVPs in the city alone. Vorsiber has similar numbers. This guy was sent, he's gloating, and he was sent by Vorsiber to talk to us. And his discussion topic is nicely concealed, so it looks like we completely failed to conceal anything from Vorsiber after all. Can't force a conversation, but it looks like just going here is going to talk to him regardless. The executive stares at your android with a slight smile. He notes that Vorsiber upper management is impressed with how stealthy you've decided to be. That has raised their hopes for us. You are, after all, the first of your kind. Is my lair that obvious, or say nothing? I guess we will say nothing, because maybe they're bluffing. The executive sneers. He says you needn't fear the federated corporations unless you act out. Vorsiber management has already had a talk with them, laying out some ground rules. This executive is here to do the same with you. He encourages you to see what sort of magic you can cook up. Skulking around in the shadows is beneath you, but if it helps you feel smart, go ahead. He asks if you really see yourself as a worthy adversary to Vorsiber. Of course, we're coming for them. No, we can play weak, or it doesn't matter, you just want to carve out a life. Of course, we're coming for you, Vorsiber. Yeah, we hate you guys. Then prove it. He seems absolutely delighted by your answer. Not quite what you were hoping for. Going for it. Leave, this meeting is over. Okay, so that was just the introduction of Vorsiber as the main adversary. We have a tiny little sad network tower in this timeline, but, you know, it's stealthy. We're going to ignore the ability to stand by. And our new task is use the build menu and build a structure, and boy is it suggesting we build a lot of stuff to start. Phew, alright. We don't know what we should build. We've also got command mode. We can start. It looks like all of our androids are already unlocked. A bunch of vehicles are already unlocked. We haven't any mechs. We've already unlocked bulk. So it feels like, yeah, we're on chapter 2 already here. We have logistics options and we have allies. So it's basically starting here from chapter 2. It looks like this is where we start to build everything from the ground up, hopefully in a logical way that makes sense and doesn't bankrupt us. We're going to start doing that next time. This has been the start of Season 2 of Heart of the Machine on our new timeline. Hopefully I'll remember the name of this city at some point and be able to say that. But for now, we're going to call it Timeline 2. Thanks so much for watching. If you are enjoying this series, click that like button for me, and I encourage you to subscribe to see more of these in the future. It does look like the resources this city has are basically the same as the previous city, so it is a different timeline. I don't expect much new in the form of revelations, but hopefully there's some new story elements and we'll be able to combine the things we did in the last timeline with and make some new outcomes in this one. Till next time, I'm Corknut. Thanks for watching. Bye bye for now.